Thought. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another thrilling episode of Brook in the Air. Welcome back to week, God knows what, featuring Blog 62 yesterday and stream number 30 something, I think now.
Oh my god, much throw, many wow.
Shut up, Peanut Gallery. BS. Today we'll be doing a reaction video on Travel and Leisure's top 50 destinations. We're just doing a brief overview of some of the destinations because if I went through every list they have on the top 50, we'd be here all night. And the video would be like 5 hours long.
Especially with some of the places that I'm going to make fun of. Oh yes, you have been warned. Lots of making fun of some of these places.
Oh yes. And for any of you who actually do want to travel these places, and some are worthwhile, I will say that.
Well, I know at least one of them is because we're going there.
For those of you who do want to travel, I highly encourage it, but do not fly economy. The longer the flight, the more your body will hate you when you arrive if you fly in economy.
Let's put it this way. Depending upon if you fly the low-cost carriers, your body will hate you anyway, but we'll get, that in a second. Oh, your earrings don't want to stay on? They want to be free?
Well, I was trying to be covert about it, but yeah.
The next thing you know, they're going to say, freedom! Oh, wait. They're not an anti-Semite.
No, but glory and freedom to Palestine.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
But yes, also, since these are best places to travel in 2024, war zones are not included because that was not one of the choices on here.
If you guys really want to go to a war zone, Israel is great some year, and I highly endorse Ukraine. Slava Ukraine.
If you want to go to any other places in the Middle East, I mean, you could always go to, well, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan.
If you like to live under Taliban rule, then Afghanistan is perfect.
Hey, Josh Cahill went there.
Josh Cahill, I can't say anything bad. He's a fellow AvGeek and travel YouTuber, but
He's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. A little naive when it comes to governments.
Well, I think that was also before it went absolutely cuckoo. Or hey, if you want to go to a really good rubble-filled place, there's always Syria.
Oh yes, and you can travel to Aleppo. It's great time of year, and I hear the Assad regime is fantastic.
Well, after all, just remember to take the gas mask. Breathe easy.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I would like to apologize to anybody who got triggered or offended by that. I do not condone the gassing of anyone.
And I second his statements, and also a little copyright disclaimer. Any and all of the pictures I show on today's broadcast are copyrights of their respective owners used by Travel and Leisure. Yeah. And they are trademark of their respective authors. Yeah.
We are going through, as she said, Travel and Leisure's best 50 places in kind of a condensed version. So we will have the website listed below of what we're referencing. And it's mostly of a comment on if we think these are actually accurate from our opinion.
Yes.
So we're not trying to steal this for free likes or anything. This is, in general, a very good website with accurate information.
It is, yes, and I've heartily endorsed the magazine description. It can be a little biased, but it gives you a great view of where to go and what to do with your money, miles, points, whatever, and gives you an idea of where you might want to travel to in the future.
And again, these are the personal opinions of
a raging ass and a stuck-up bitch. So.
No, we're probably going to get demonetized for that.
No, we won't worry past the 5-minute mark.
But yes, these are their pictures but our opinions, so they are not the opinions of Travel and Leisure.
or Travel and Leisure's respective subsidiaries.
Yeah. But Travel and Leisure, if you would like us to do more reaction videos and want to hit up Brooke in the Air, feel free.
Now, here's a brief overview. This is the preliminary list guide for 2024. We're, again, only going over a few of the hotspots for each sub-list, because if we went over every list they have in this category, we'd be here all night. There are cultural immersion lists, food and drink lists, big city thrill lists, for those who love big cities.
I believe there's a on the water list.
Yes, Moments in the Water,
I'm going to make fun of a lot of that.
nature lovers, and beach vibes.
Did we do Nature Lover and Beach Vibes? I only remember getting up to water.
No, a few are sprinkled in for each.
Okay. Alright.
And adventurous travelers.
Oh yes, adventurous travelers, go to Alaska.
So, starting off, we have...
If the clicking works. There we go.
Aalborg, Denmark. Rates as Denmark's fourth largest city, with around 120,000 residents. By the way, Aalborg might seem like an unlikely international travel hub, but it's not stopping Scandinavian Airlines, or SAS.
Oh, you mean SAS, the one that's used to be part of one group and now is part of another group?
Yes, so for context, SAS is leaving the Star Alliance because they were in bankruptcy, and they've been bailed out by the KLM and Delta Airlines group and joining One World.
Lufthansa, why couldn't you buy them and have them stay in the original alliance? You already own everything else in the European Union.
Oh, and by the way, this is a big deal, especially because SAS was a founder of Star Alliance in first place. They're one of the original founding five. They're one of the points in the star that makes up the Star Alliance. Let's see. Reagan Voss. A Cold War museum opened in the former bunker in February 2023. Indeed, Aalborg is a gateway to the wider region of North Jutland, with remote coastline around the town of Skagen.
Oh wait, you mean they have Cold War stuff in Denmark? Oh my gosh, it's not like it didn't happen not too far away from there.
I mean, technically it was a global event.
Yeah, but Russia's not too far away, so of course a lot of stuff went there.
Oh yeah. Also, the home of Thai National Park, Chichwai.
So...
And 2,000-year-old Viking ring fortresses.
Oh yes, yes. For all of you who have played, yes, the Assassin's Creed. Yes, I don't care Ubisoft that I'm mentioning you. I'm giving you a shameless one. All of you who have played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you actually get to see real Viking stuff instead of seeing it behind a computer screen.
These Viking ring fortresses have long last been collectively designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Is Thor going to be there?
No.
Heimdall? Is he
No.
actually black?
No. Marvel gets so much wrong.
Oh wait, do we actually get to see Thor's blonde locks?
He had red locks and he was a fat Viking.
He was a fat... So wait, you're saying he was a fat, angry redhead.
Yeah.
So what was he, basically Yosemite Sam?
Except he didn't talk with a rootin' tootin' western southern accent.
Nah, that's fair. Varmints.
And he rode in a chariot drawn by goats.
The part that they actually got right, and yes, the goats screamed.
Yeah.
So, we wish that was a joke, but Taika Waititi actually got that part right.
TTs.
Onward?
Onward. So, next we have Cartagena, Colombia.
And yes, people, it is Cartagena, not Cartagena.
Oh my god.
I know some of you will be like, is it Cartagena? No, it's Cartagena.
Or you're showing up at your job on Monday and someone goes, "Where are you going on vacation?" You go, "Cartagena." And they go, "Huh?" Because they're used to pronouncing it right.
And no, this is a lot nicer than Cali. It is still Colombia, but Colombia is actually quite a nice place. At least they've calmed down in Cartagena.
Travel and Leisure vouches for and recommends the Casa Pisagua. A 16-room boutique hotel with a restored 17th century building.
So you get to go into a restored old place where bodies were probably?
Yes, except since it's been brought up to 21st
Now, is
century
this the
standards.
Spanish or the Portuguese?
This is Colombia, so it's Spanish.
Important question.
Yeah. But only the Spanish really colonized this area.
Well, yeah, because all the Portuguese were down in Brazil. Or, sorry, Brazil.
Let's see. In 2024, Disney's Encanto themed tour of Colombia will debut.
Oh, of course. Hey, well, if Disney's going to make places popular, by all means, go for it.
Shining more lights in Cartagena. One of many stops on the itinerary, and there's even more growth in the pipeline. Delta Airlines is adding new non-stop flights from Cartagena from Atlanta.
Don't know why they wouldn't go out of Florida.
Oh, because they had no hubs in Florida.
That's right.
Their hub and base is in Atlanta.
Oh, so basically, it's going to be a lot of Delta flights.
Oh, we're talking like 8% Delta.
Okay. That makes sense.
A Encanto themed Four Seasons hotel is on the horizon.
So Disney's working with the Four Seasons to make a Encanto themed.
Family-friendly hotel.
Uh-huh. Yes, we will have lots of screaming white children there, saying, "Daddy, Mommy, I want to see the Dia de los Muertos."
Oh my god. More like Dia de los Muertos.
Well, they're probably going to say Dia de los Mentos. Yes, you heard me. Dia de los Mentos.
Oh yeah, oh, I lost the thing. Yeah, hold on.
So what? More information or on to the next one?
I said, hold on, I lost the link.
I'm sorry, we have technical difficulties. She seems to have gotten easily distracted. Welcome, other people who are watching.
No, it closed my phone. I'm reading from a script.
Ah, yes.
Oh my god, now it won't load. There it goes. Okay.
Well, that's why we are getting you a new phone, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much already paid for at this point.
Oh, yeah. Anywho, are we still in Cartagena?
We're still in Cartagena. We're finishing up.
Alrighty then. No, people went away. Boo.
There's also Blue Apple Beach and Eco Hotel on Tierra Bamba Island.
And I'm sorry, what island?
Tierra Bamba Island.
Great name.
Isn't it?
I actually have to...
Eco certified and generates half its power from solar.
Isla Tierra Bomba.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. It's apparently, got a Spanish fort on it to protect the bay.
Yeah. So used.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Alright, what does it mean? That's what I was trying to look... Oh, Tierra Bomba. It kickstarted a recycling movement, apparently. Anyway.
Yes.
Well, whatever. Enough randomness. Alright, on to the next one.
We have for top trains.
Oh God, trains. No, no, no.
Yes,
no,
yes, yes, yes.
No, no,
Yes.
no.
Yes. This is the only one here. Eastern Oriental Express, a Belmont train.
Oh, wasn't that the one that one guy who we both make fun of on a regular basis?
No,
went
that
on?
was the Oriental Express.
So the difference is, instead of going through mountains and endless plains,
Oh,
this one...
I think actually, yeah, this was the exact train. But this is featuring it going both ways. Here they took it down through Turkey.
Oh, so this is the other half.
Mm-hmm. After a 4-year pause, this luxury train that crisscrosses Southeast Asia will ride again in February. Several new itineraries will be available on the revamped Express, which has 15 cherrywood-clad cabins and vibrant Malay-inspired decor.
And you totally won't get stopped and robbed as you're traveling through the jungle.
It's perfect for a luxury train ride, as long as you don't mind waiting 4 days to bathe or shower.
Well, and then also think about it. You're going to be going through areas. How do you know that there won't be a nice little Bengal tiger hopping right on top of the cab to ride it? Can you just imagine that?
Oh my god. What? Tigers are king of the jungle. Huh? Huh?
And yes, they'll totally be voiced. All of them will be voiced by Jeremy Irons.
Next. Germany.
Achtung!
For culture, wine, and food.
We'll let you know exactly how it is once we get there.
For 1 month between June and July, soccer, or should we say football, will take over Germany as the nation hosts 2024 UEFA European Football Championships.
And oh dear lord, will they be rabid. They are terrifying. They actually rival Russians and English when it comes to football.
Seriously, if you guys ever want to see how rabid Englishmen can get, look up on YouTube 1,000 Bombers in the Air.
We're not even kidding.
It's during their FIFA Championship run against Germany, and getting a pub full of drunk Englishmen together, singing like badly off key, but in unison, 1,000 Bombers in the Air.
Yep.
Priceless.
Like, Eurotrip had a part of that. Yes, I'm plugging a movie. It was actually accurate on that front. They are that rabid.
Let's see. The tournament for men's national teams will take place in 10 cities across Deutschland.
Though the one downside is during that month the tickets will probably be more expensive on planes.
This includes Berlin, Cologne, Dusseldorf, Frankfurt, Hamburg, and Munich.
Basically, everywhere that is important in Germany, they will be there. Oh Lord, will they be there.
Let's see. This is the major sports event of the world, second only to the World Cup.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Whoever wins this match gets to go on to the World Cup and represent Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And their respective nation.
It's basically kind of like the football games in England between like Manchester United, Wrexham, all those people. You don't screw around with it.
No. Now, let's see. One host cities deserves a particular spotlight thanks to new Rosewood Munich, which opened this past October, about a month and a half ago. Set across 2 buildings, one formerly the headquarters of the State Bank of Bavaria, the other a Baroque residence. 132 key property. It steps from the charms of Old Town, or Altstadt, including the leafy Maximilianplatz, and walkable to one of Europe's most surprising surf spots, the rapids of the Isar River. Yes, in Germany, it's very common to surf the rivers.
Yep.
In summertime, anyway.
And another time to go, even though they haven't listed it, is if you go in the winter, they have Christmas festivals, which we will have some videos of once we go, because we are landing there, 2 days after Christmas?
Let's see, we take off the day afterwards, we land on the morning of the 27th, yes.
Yeah. So, we will have lots of videos of the Christmas festivals, which they take their Christmas festivals very seriously.
Uber seriously, yes.
While Germany was bombed a lot of times by the Allies, Germany has actually rebuilt almost everything they could, especially part of the Old Town, right?
Yes, they've rebuilt the Altstadt, which is mostly where feasible. The original architecture of the original city, and the new city has risen around it. That's the Altstadt. But a lot of it is reconstructed because it need to be.
On top of that, for those of you who are hikers and walkers, we suggest Germany very heavily because there is a lot of walking, biking, mass transit. Trains.
When people think of mountains in Europe, they think of the Swiss Alps, and for good reason. I mean, the Alps are prominent, but there are many other mountain ranges throughout continental Europe. I mean, Germany is flanked on almost all sides by mountains.
So if you're a mountain climber or a rock climber, there's that too. And on top of that, for you car drivers, as we talked about on our discussion of Frankfurt, here's the requirements if you go to Germany. Number one, you can drive in general as fast as you want on the Autobahn, but
as fast as safely permissible, and go with the flow of traffic.
yeah. But the other important thing is, do not run out of gas.
You will be fined. You won't be imprisoned. There's no benefit in that in either party, but you will be fined heavily. And if you think, oh, I'm a tourist, I can get away with it, no, the fine will follow you back to the States or wherever you come from.
Yep.
If you think, oh, I'm from China, this doesn't affect me, wrong. That fine will follow you to Duxing, Beijing, Hong Kong, wherever you are in China. I mean, it'll stay with you on your credit report.
Also, another thing with Germany. You can learn about a certain time, but do not talk about a certain time. I'm even not saying it right now because, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's nothing in the terms of service that says you can't say Holocaust. I mean, you can mention it in historical context, and they will talk about it with you, as long as you're respectful. But, I mean, do not go mentioning it, like, willy-nilly offhand.
Yeah, and if you're an American, do not start on that whole big
If
thing.
you're one of those who denies it ever happened, just keep your mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're, like, an academician, some type of other person who likes discussing history, go into a coffee shop and strike up a conversation. No problem there whatsoever.
But anyway, enough talking about one of our favorite places. On to the next one.
Yeah. British Crossing, Alberta, Canada. This is not a place where you look at old things behind glass, says the CEO of British Crossing, Wanya Marois. One of Canada's most compelling Indigenous tourism projects.
If you are a nature lover, have fun. If you're a camping if you're a camping person, have fun. If you are a pseudo astronomer, have fun.
Like amateur astronomer.
Yeah, that's what I meant, amateur. If you're an amateur astronomer, have fun.
This is the culture and the warmth of the Métis people through our land, water, skis, buildings, food, and other programs. It's a 680-acre retreat, which writer Carly Baker detailed in Travel Leisure's October 2023 issue. Today, home to a 40-room lodge, a cultural center, and campgrounds. Depending on the season, visitors can learn about traditional crafts, enjoy festivals held on sites, or head out for bird watching, canoeing, or snowshoeing. In addition to the crossing is a collection of 8 skywatching domes. Luxurious standalone suites with panoramic skylight windows.
And I am guessing they usually suggest going in the fall, spring, or summer.
Nope. Fall, spring, or winter.
Really?
How are you going to snowshoe in with fall? Or summer? These are the domes that you walk into and has like 2 or 3 beds depending on the person. and you can pretty much watch the Aurora Borealis or any other lights you want.
Alright. All hail nature lovers. And on to the next one. For more nature lovers.
This was top of TNL's list for nature and culture. This was Ocmulgee Grounds National Historical Park, Georgia.
Let me guess. Native Americans. Probably Cherokee?
The Muskogee Creek were forcibly relocated from central Georgia as a result of the Indian Removal Act of 1830.
Cough, cough. Andrew Jackson being Manifest Destiny.
We now have an opportunity to come back and not feel like we were visiting, but to feel like we were coming home, said Tracy Revis, a member of the Creek Nation and director of the...
Creek, okay.
Yeah. I just said Creek.
Ah.
They were forcibly relocated from central Georgia as a result of the Indian Removal Act of 1830.
And they were moved from Georgia to Oklahoma over the Trail of Tears, weren't they?
Yep. They were part of the 6,000-strong relocation. The gateway to the park is the city of Macon, where the Muskogee Nation flag flies alongside the Stars and Stripes, and the three signs are being replaced with ones written in both Muskogee English. A particularly opportune time to visit will be in September for the Johnson Annual Indigenous Film Festival.
Next one?
Next one.
What about that nice young dugong from Macon?
So we have, next up for culture, we have Rajasthan, India.
That is a very, very red room.
It's not red, it's pink. Very, very pink.
No, it's not pink. It's lightish red.
India's northwestern state of Rajasthan, with its wealth of iconic hotels and cultural attractions, is one of the best known among U.S. travelers. It also promises new delights in the coming year, with several new addresses in Jaipur or planning a trip around. There is Villa Palladio, a delightful 9-room hotel on the outskirts of town, created by the Swiss Dutch team behind Bar Palladio, an Instagram favorite in the city center. The Jory is a beautifully designed 5-room property with a chic cocktail bar and organic vegetarian restaurant. On the ground level, other heritage townhouses in Jaipur's Old Town, sorry, that's German again.
She's a little too much German for her own good.
The 150-room new build Anantara Jaipur Hotel is designed with India's ballooning market for destination weddings in mind. So if you two are really romantic and have a destination wedding in mind, go to India.
Just be warned, depending upon the time you go there, don't go, I know I'm going to butcher this, but
Diwali,
thank you. I work for an Indian company and I still mess that up. Yeah, don't go during Diwali because everybody will probably be going there and having fun and things will most likely be filled up. Just saying.
Oh yeah. You'll find an empty hotel. It won't be a nice hotel.
Also, remember the important part about going there. If you are not from around there, expect to be terrified of the roads and the driving on them. They have their own system. If you are not used to it, do not drive, take a taxi, take something else.
And if you're worried about finding public transportation there, don't. There's tons of public transit everywhere. Whether it's safe or not is another factor entirely, but I wouldn't worry too much.
Also, their whole thing about cows being sacred, yes, traffic will stop, everything will stop for a cow.
And it's nothing funny to them, that's just the way it is. You know, we have no reason to complain, plenty of things that are funny here in the U.S. We have tons of idiocy and idiosyncrasies, mournicity. We have tons of lunacy here that foreigners look at us and go, really? What the hell?
Cough, cough religion.
Yeah.
Cough, cough guns.
Yeah. There's a difference?
Yeah. One's worship because they think it exists, one's worship because it does exist.
Good point.
Alright, on to the next one. Nepal. Okay.
Chintamani Mustang, Nepal. For nature lovers.
And I assume that thing in the back is the Himalayas.
Yes. Stretches all the way down for about 100 miles.
Mm.
And reaching far up in distance is Everest.
Mm-hmm. Do not fly here from China. Take another route.
The once Forbidden Kingdom is now home to some truly palatial digs. Nepal's Mustang district, which opened to outsiders in 1992, is a place to watch in 2024 thanks to a stunning 29-suite hotel, which welcomed its first guests in August. Chintamani Mustang, the latest property from the Bentley collection, delivers a luxurious wellness experiences and thoughtful design that devotees of the brand can come to expect.
I think they probably fly here from Kuala Lumpur or something.
Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Honolulu, if they're on long haul.
But not Beijing.
No. Well, some do, but, I mean, you gotta be really desperate.
I thought Nepal did not have a good relationship with China.
They don't. They still offer flights.
No.
Let's see. Visitors to the country of Nepal can even select other as an option for gender identification.
Oh, yeah, the two souls thing, right?
India, Pakistan, Nepal, China.
Alright. And from Nepal, we head to Estonia.
Tallinn, Estonia. This country's literacy and secondary education rates consistently rank near the top in Europe, especially among young women. So it should come as no surprise that Tartu is a university city to the southeast.
Question. Sorry for the interruption. Isn't Donald Trump's wife or ex-wife from Estonia?
No.
Or is that the other one?
Might be. I can't keep track.
Yeah.
She's from Slovenia.
Oh, that's right. She's from Slovenia. I think another one was from Estonia. Moving right along. Sorry.
The university city of Tallinn has been designated Europe's capital of culture for 2024. So for first-timers to the Baltics, there is no better place to get schooled than the country's capital city, Tallinn. Its walled old town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the best preserved examples of medieval architecture in the world. Poco Art Museum, which opened in May with pop art by Andy Warhol, Banksy, Dave Hockney, and Jeff Koons, is now one of nearly 50 art installations and institutions in the city. Joining Fotografiska. Wow.
Photographs.
Yeah. Kumu Art Museum, contemporary Estonian art, and Kadriorg Art Museum, early European and Russian art. I had to really work on that one.
We apologize, but they are very Estonian names.
And this is really poorly written.
Ah.
It's a combination of both. After soaking in the culture, head for the Noblessner district. An industrial shipyard area turned seafront hotspot. It's now bursting with stylish cafes, shops, and Estonia's first restaurants with 2 Michelin stars. 180 degrees by Matthias Steve. You may also try a smoked sauna at Scandi Chic Igloo Park. As for what to see, the new Nun Boutique Hotel has views over Old Town Sun Square.
Sounds fun.
I can tell you're thrilled.
Yeah, it's So, moving right along. Oh, hey! Another European place. Let's go to Warsaw, Poland. What could be there? Could it be, hey, if you were a big fan of Cyberpunk, you could go to Warsaw and see where it was made there in Poland. CD Projekt Red. You could see the Old Town if you wanted to see some Jewish history. You could go to Warsaw. Let's see. If you wanted to potentially get shot down by a Russian missile.
I mean,
And I think they've got,
Warsaw is home of thriving contemporary art.
yes.
The Volkswagen Gallery Foundation and Roster Gallery will get a big boost in 2024 when the Museum of Modern Art in Warsaw finally moves into its own headquarters. Let's see. Founded in 2005, the museum has burnished the city's art reputation for 2 decades. With its holdings of both foreign and Polish work, despite operating out of contemporary spaces.
That's it?
That's all they're offering.
Oh.
There is a Solidus skyscraper that towers over the city, and the existing Palace of Culture and Science, which is in the skyscraper. The museum, along with a new 800-seat TR Warsaw Theater nearby, was designed by Thomas Pfeiffer and Partners, a New York-centered architecture firm. That's all I have.
So, for being a thing of culture, those places must be really great. Anyway.
For food and drink, the Austrian countryside.
So, what, we're just supposed to go across the Austrian countryside singing Edelweiss?
So, journey south of Vienna, you'll find 2 of the regions that give the countryside of Austria its retail quality. Styria has rolling hills and hiking trails, with the medieval city of Graz at its heart. Mellow Burgenland is home to Lake Neusiedl, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Both regions have a long, rich history of winemaking, and in recent years have become the site of a burgeoning natural wine scene. Cult producers such as Winery Maria and Sepp Muster and Alice and Roland Toss should be at the top of any visitor's list. As should Burgenland's beloved Vinters, Guts, Augau, and Mein Klang. Then around a visit to the country with a stay at Rosewood Schloss Fuschel. I'm not kidding. Rosewood Schloss Fuschel. Yeah. Rosewood Schloss Fuschel.
So basically, it's the Austrian version
Sonoma.
of Sonoma Wine Country. And on that note, we're probably going to get to that. But first, we're going to get to Mérida. Mérida, Mexico?
Mérida.
Mérida.
The capital of Yucatan.
Ah, yes, the Yucatan Peninsula.
This city has long been popular with Mexican travelers drawn to its my ruins, cerulean blue cenotes, and restored haciendas, and incredible food. But it has a growing acclaim among international visitors, especially LGBTQ plus travelers, who often describe Yucatan as very gay-friendly. Merida's historic beauty and laid-back cantina culture, basically, the residents of the Yucatan basically have a I don't care attitude of what you are.
I thought it was more like, welcome! Eat, eat!
Pretty much. Fun, Jim. Oh, wait, that's Italian. Oops. Got Italian confused with Spanish.
Hola, mijo!
I didn't know they made you. Let's see.
Aquí!
Funds for sprawling new Yucatan Central Park with a food market and amphitheater remain hazy. As does an exact timeline for the arrival of the Ballyhoo Maya train, which is nearing completion and should make it easier to hop between Merida and popular seaside spots such as Cancun and Tulum.
Ah, yes, Cancun. And moving right along. Speaking of that, like I said, Sonoma!
Sonoma County, California. The only real U.S. destination on this list, aside from a few in the south.
I thought Cleveland was actually somewhere in here.
More than double the size of Napa, Sonoma might offer twice as much to do.
Just the important thing about Sonoma, and I cannot stress this enough, before you go, if you're going to make plans, keep an eye on the wildfire situation always, because nothing can ruin an adventure more than having it being smoke-filled in California.
You mention that every time we mention California.
Because it kind of controls everything. It's no longer controlled by earthquakes, it's controlled by wildfire season.
Yeah, true.
And we're supposed to be giving travel advice. And if you're going to go to Sonoma County and Napa Valley, you need to have a very good time and enjoy your wine tasting and your adventure in a way to have good relaxation. It's the same thing as don't go in the blistery middle of summer. Go in spring or fall. Because you do not want to have the 100-degree weather with the potential Santa Ana winds.
A long coastline to explore from Bodega Bay up to Sea Ranch, where the dreamy cliff-top Sea Ranch Lodge is newly renovated. Inland, the opening of Dawn Ranch shines a spotlight on Gurneville, which is a crunchy town along the Russian River known for its LGBTQ plus scene, and proximity to the Armstrong Redwood Secret Natural Reserve.
Having been to many of those places, because California for quite a while, the coast is wonderful. You may actually be up on the cliffs and be able to take a picture of dolphins frolicking around in the waves. Yes, that does happen. The redwoods are absolutely gorgeous for those of you who like to do hiking or anything like that. The areas where redwood trees are, including Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Park, and I believe you said Armstrong, cannot be missed.
In Healdsburg, California is the most gorgeous in the area.
I believe that is correct, yes.
Noma alum Stu Soccer debuted the plant-based restaurant Second Story. That's what it's called, Second Story. Above Little Saint and down the street from Michelin 3-star Single Thread, the same restaurant, Single Thread, and Chef Justin Vallet's The Matheson. Restaurant powerhouse Charlie Palmer plans to launch his hotel brand Appellation in Healdsburg by the end of the year, turning Healdsburg into a must-go-to destination.
Surprised he's calling it Appalachian and not Sierra Nevada out there.
Because it's not named for the Appalachian Mountains. It's Appellation, like to apply. Or appellate.
But yes, California in general is a foodie mecca, no matter where you go. I mean, based upon the picture that you see there, it is pretty accurate with it. Plus, they do know their wine pairings very well.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I had some problems with LA, but for San Francisco, I really could not complain when I was there.
Well, the biggest problem with LA was we ran into a lot of weather problems, and we couldn't go out as much as we wanted because half the time we would have to math in places to park because everywhere charged.
And we're not talking about a cheap price either. We're talking about $30 or $40.
Yeah. So, again, even though a lot of places suggest that you take mass transit, it is next to impossible.
I mean, it's possible in San Francisco, which is a very walkable city, but for any place else in California, like we're talking LA or even Sonoma, I mean, you need a car.
Yeah.
And be prepared to pay out the ass for parking.
The only place that might be walkable would be Santa Barbara. And again, if there's any that I missed...
No, Santa Barbara and Santa Monica are very walkable. I mean, you can get from point A to point B within those two cities on foot or bike, whatever you prefer, in a heartbeat. In fact, Santa Barbara and Monica rent out bikes.
The big problem with a lot of the California cities is if they can, they will spread. They will spread outwards. And that requires the cars. They do not stack in a lot of places.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Next one.
For Big Sea of Thrills, we have Bangkok.
One night in Bangkok makes a hard man humble.
Now, keep in mind, this isn't the top of the list. This is just the very top, not the list itself. Bangkok is a classic Asian megacity. Frenetic, neon-lit, and overwhelming to the senses. Very frenetic and very neon-lit. And very, very overwhelming.
Think New York on steroids.
Let's see. Changes coming to Bangkok in the form of many mega projects, including Dusit Central Park, which is slated to open in 2024, with the 259-room Dusit Thani Bangkok Hotel.
Yeah. Bangkok is so ridiculously big that they don't have projects, they have mega projects.
Any project that comes to Bangkok is a mega project. Let's see. Meanwhile, Lumpini Park, Bangkok's original public green space, is getting a massive refresh next year. It will add a new food hall, a vegetable farm, and even a sports club ahead of its centennial. While sprinting to finish these new developments, Bangkok is finding time to slow down and prioritize wellness. Luxury travel network Virtuoso, of which I'm a member, Virtuoso. Very, very good. Virtuoso is fantastic for booking your travel. Although I do personally recommend myself. Go to my site and click on Contact Agents, and that will put you in touch with one of our agents, notably me. And
We will have a link for that and the travel and leisure down below. Sorry.
thank you for interrupting me again.
Always glad to help.
Travelers seeking a more spiritual journey to return to Thailand for more than the traditional Thai massage.
Sorry.
Brings you to one of Thailand's emerging 5 self-care destinations. Thailand is one of 5 worldwide. The forthcoming Money Lai Alert Bangkok, slated for 2024, is sure to deliver this, along with 52 spacious suites. What are you doing?
Being weird.
Overlooking Nylert Park and a multi-floor wellness sanctuary.
Also, from what I've heard, the nighttime scene in Bangkok is utterly ridiculous.
Oh, it is. Fantastic, really. But also fantastic for those who want to forget or be forgotten and lose themselves in the crowd.
Yep. And for other big city thrills, I can't agree with this. I'm sorry. I cannot agree with this.
We have right here in Cleveland. Photo is, of course, courtesy of the Cleveland Museum of Natural History.
Well, I mean, I can understand if they're talking about museums to go to, but big city thrills, I'm sorry, you have the Museum of Natural History, you have the Rock and Roll Museum, the Cleveland Museum of Art, and, I mean, I guess if you can get into it, maybe something to do with NASA?
Yeah, the Land Research Center up by the airport offers plug tours.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of it. You have 4. Unless I'm missing something, please tell me.
The year
Travel.
ahead has, quote unquote, the land, capital T, capital L, set to shine, thanks to national and international events, world-class cultural expansions, and the rebirth of historic hotels.
Oh, that's right. They're rebuilding the Renaissance.
Which is going to be a autograph Marriott Hotel, of which we're staying at.
So what apparently have we missed in Cleveland that we totally should go to since we live here?
Let's see. It all starts in April, this coming April, when the NCAA Women's Final Four comes to the state-of-the-art Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. And a total solar eclipse sweeps over the city on April 8th, 2024.
So what I'm hearing is traffic is going to be a mess.
Uh-huh.
Super!
Cleveland will see even more action when the Pan American Masters Games crisscross the city on July 12th through 21st.
Okay, super. Even more traffic problems. Yay!
And in November of 2024, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which was held in Brooklyn 2023, will return home. Meanwhile, many institutions are in the midst of revitalization. The Cleveland Museum of Natural History is during completion of its multi-year $150 million expansion.
Which that's the one on the east side, so it's a little bit easier for y'all to get to. Because anything that is downtown, and this is coming from people who live here, traffic is kind of a mess sometimes.
It makes you feel like you're in New York.
Or LA.
Yeah.
Like,
Technically, the museum's all uptown.
yeah. But uptown on the east side of Cleveland, so
Technically, it's on the east side. Though, if more technically, it's in uptown, which is technically neither east nor west.
yeah. You
There's
basically just got to
downtown-
run out of downtown.
There's downtown, uptown, east, and west.
So you've kind of just gotten out of there. It's decently easy to get to. You may just have to fight through work traffic. So we recommend, if you're going to do this, either go during working hours if you're visiting, basically sometime between 10 and 3. Those are very important. You want to be driving between 10 and 3, if not driving after 6. And we speak of this because we've done it.
It's a mess.
Yeah, if you're going to the airport, you got a little bit more leeway unless you're coming from the east. If you're coming from the east, God help you.
For a smaller airport, Cleveland Hopkins is insane.
Mm-hmm.
The average recommendation is to get to the airport 2 hours for domestic flights. Get to Hopkins by 3 hours before your flight.
Yeah.
If you're an international traveler, the average recommendation is to get to Hopkins by 3 hours. No, get there 4 to 5.
It may be smaller, but it rivals LA in some factors, mostly because they haven't gotten themselves to be efficient yet.
There's development here along the Cuyahoga River and Lake Erie too, where paved hiking and biking trails are lining up a waterfront that has for many decades been underutilized.
Okay, for that, when we're talking about the Cuyahoga, there are a choice of 2 places. If you want to go downtown, be warned, parking costs. If you're going to go to a different place, that we would actually recommend the Metro Parks. If you're a nature lover, Metro Parks are key.
So the Metro Parks are labeled as the Emerald Necklace of Cleveland, with good reason. They circle Cleveland all around, like a necklace.
Yeah. And whether you want to bike or take a car, having done this before, I can actually recommend the car drive. It is actually quite enjoyable.
Although you can't go wrong whether you're on foot, on a bike, or
That's
otherwise. Because, I mean, if you want to see nature and you want to get a nice workout in, you can't beat that.
Nah, you really can't.
Also coming is the Fidelia Hotel, a new boutique property with a speakeasy inside that's slated to launch a landmark building downtown.
Where are they putting that?
Along the waterfront.
Oh, speaking of that, getting to the waterfront is a giant pain. There is kind of only one real direct way to get it. You have to get off the 480 freeway and go right down 9th Street. That is the only way that I know of to get directly there. And the problem is, again, it falls under the traffic setup as we discussed before. Weekends or weekdays are between 10 and 3, if you're going to be late at 10, out before 3. Because, again, 9th Street turns into an absolute snarl.
As people try to exit work for the nighttime crush, or also known as rush hour in many cases, to get home.
Also, one other caveat. Do not game day.
Which means Mondays, Thursdays, Sundays, God help you, and sometimes Saturdays.
Yep. So if you can find the Cavaliers, the Browns, the Monsters, or any of those other teams, or if you know if there's something happening at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, stay away. Otherwise, you will not get out of there for an hour or more. And people are jerks when driving in Cleveland. Believe us.
Karamu House, the nation's oldest black producing theater, will debut a new restaurant, outdoor stage, and additional venue in the Fairfax neighborhood on the east side. Yeah, there's many new things coming to Cleveland in the next year and a half or so.
The question is whether they'll actually be of our jam, which doesn't sound like it.
I'm going to...
Okay. Alright, on to the next one?
Yeah. Well, the 2 new hotels.
Alright.
Fort Worth, Texas. Yeehaw, y'all.
Let's go in fall so we can say it's fall, y'all.
With all the renewed interest in the city, luxury hotels are flocking to Cowtown's cultural district.
Yes. What's for dinner? Beef. More and more beef.
Where's the beef? Offering classic Western experiences like bull riding, cattle drives, and stock shows, Fort Worth, Texas is booming, bringing in $3 billion in tourism revenue last year alone.
No, yes, because everybody likes to imagine what the Old West would be, filled with white people. Don't even get me started on the actual history of down there.
Crescent Hotel, Fort Worth, opens in October. Home to the first ever Wellness Club by Canyon Ranch and a Mediterranean restaurant by Food Network chef Preston Payne. Bowie House, an Upper Resorts Collection hotel, is slated to open its doors in December, with a tree-lined pool, terrace, chic spa, and an upscale chop house called Bricks and Horses.
Yes, where people can go there and eat all the beef they want.
Walking distance from both hotels is the National Cowgirl Museum. Runs a 2024 exhibit honoring the Mexican female horseback riding tradition of Escaramuza Chara.
Oh, they're actually talking about... Would that be vaqueras?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when they say National Cowgirl Museum, they mean cowgirls, like real cowgirls.
Which they're just calling it cowgirls, and everybody's going to go there thinking, I get to see girls in a sexy cowgirl outfit. No, you actually get to see working outfits.
Like
from
actual
vaqueras.
history. Looking ahead, the National Juneteenth Museum is slated to open in the city's historic South Side neighborhood in 2025.
No offense, Fort Worth, but you know where it should have actually opened? Tulsa, but that we knew that was never going to happen.
Oh, like they would do anything for African Americans.
Well, they bombed them.
Anything productive for
Okay,
African Americans, yeah. Okay, next.
Yeah, we have not much nice to say.
Istanbul.
But not Constantinople?
Excuse me, I just commit a crime.
But there's such a good song that talks about it. Because it's Istanbul, not Constantinople.
My name is Mehmed II, and I will crush the city.
Did he crush it between his thighs?
Turkey-style capital is seeing a like I said, it's really poorly written, seeing a resurgence of life along the Bosphorus, thanks in part to the Galata port.
Ooh, hey, we could go stay in some of Trump's places, sorry.
The world's first underground cruise ship terminal, with a pedestrian promenade and the Renda piano-designed Istanbul Museum Modern Art just above. Another neighborhood anchor is the 177-room Peninsula Hotel.
Oh, does that mean it's supposed to be an archipelago?
Archipelago.
Yeah, that thing.
No, it's the dividing line between Asia and Europe.
So it's on a peninsula.
No, donut.
You wanted me to be involved. I did warn you this would happen.
If I tell you I didn't want you involved, you would be moaning and bitching over there.
I want to talk and go places.
Highlights of the hotel included glittering pool facing the Hagia Sophia, a sprawling subterranean spot in Galata, a rooftop restaurant from WizKid chef Fatih Tutak, who is eponymous restaurant is Turkey's first to earn 2 Michelin stars.
I have also a question. Do people go on dates while having dates?
Yes, they have dates. They have dates, well, eating dates on dates.
Brought to you by Exhibit.
Also, our waterfront in Bestika Slavish, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that,
In a place in Istanbul.
has been reimagined by local interior designer Serdar Kogun, with rooms that lean into Ottoman-era grandeur, seeing tulip pattern motifs and mother of pearl furniture.
So basically, it looks Turkishly pretty. Sorry, I didn't want her to butcher any more of that, y'all.
Okay, we can move on. Oh, and by the way, there's the Hagia Sophia right there, the Grand Mosque.
Why?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Why?
World famous for barbecue and jazz, KC is now seeing acclaim as a global leader in sports and entertainment.
Well, of course.
And not just because of Taylor and Travis. Or as they're calling them, T-squared or T-twist. In March, the Kansas City League Current of the National Women's Soccer League will open the first ever purpose-built stadium for women's pro sports. It will be a destination for sports lovers and will inspire generations of girls to follow their dreams.
Oh, so you're telling me that Los Angeles spent all that money on SoFi Stadium for having to mean nothing?
2 NFL teams and various rock concerts.
And yet everybody wants to go to Kansas City, Missouri because they actually have barbecue and jazz.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like New Orleans, but without the flooding.
No, it's still got the flooding. You know where it comes from.
The river? But that doesn't flood.
It hasn't flooded yet. Remember, they didn't think New Orleans was going to flood either. And then the Mississippi River got overflowed and backfed thanks to Katrina. We're going to find her and we're going to bring her to justice.
Katrina, we gonna find the bitch. Alright, and also coming soon is the country's first entertainment district of its kind, the Rock Island Bridge. A reclaimed rail crossing over the Kansas River. Visitors will be able to enjoy 2 levels of entertainment from both food from 2 restaurants and 3 bars, plus a covered event space with dance floor and open veranda, with seating overlooking the river and city.
You do realize that's going to present a lot of problems because people are just going to chuck things into the river, right?
Yeah, they're not thinking about that.
Well, they're in misery. What do you expect?
It's great for tourists and bad for residents.
No.
Let's see. This will connect the it will connect 2 cities: Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas.
Ah, yes. And war were declared. Because, how dare you tell everybody to come to Kansas City, Missouri, and not Kansas City, Kansas?
Well, this will give tourist dollars to both Kansas cities. It's a project in spirit of unity.
Oh, the unity of white people? Okay, yeah. Because I guarantee you, none of this money is going to African American businesses. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah. Next,
Fine.
we have fabulous Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Viva! Viva Las Vegas! Thank you very much.
AKA Sin City. When you think Las Vegas can't get any bigger, louder, or glitzier, Las Vegas turns it up a notch. On the heels of blockbuster residencies from Adele, Katy Perry, and Lady Gaga, U2 kicked off their inaugural stint at the long-anticipated Sphere this fall. Filmmaker Darren Aronofsky's immersive sci-fi production Postcard from Earth will also show off the new arena's 16,000 LED display.
And if you go to Vegas at any time, you can probably go to a certain convention, which includes, but is not limited to, comic book conventions, sci-fi conventions, sex conventions, or any other convention you want. Yes, you heard me. The Adult Film Entertainment does their conventions here. I wish I was joking.
Yes, actually, yeah, the Adult Music Video Adult Video Awards, AVNs.
And I think OnlyFans did theirs there too.
OnlyFans combined theirs into AVNs.
I thought they were supposed to be all Christian.
And they had one day devoted to OnlyFans.
But yes, in general, people will be flying into Harry Reid Airport. Yes, they renamed the airport Harry Reid.
It used to be McCarran International. Now it's Harry Reid International. It's the exact same airport. They have changed nothing. They just renamed it.
Yeah.
It's right next to the Vegas Strip. Can't miss it.
You should expect to lose the following things in Vegas: your money,
Your dignity.
your dignity, your clothes,
Your soul.
your soul, and if you still have it, your virginity.
And remember, what happens in Vegas stays in the courtroom.
No, what happens in Vegas goes on Twitter. I'm sorry, I refuse to call it X.
We all do. It'll always be Twitter. And Musk can go himself.
No, Musk can go X himself.
Let's see. It'll be Las Vegas. Vegas will be hosting Las Vegas Grand Prix.
They're hosting a Grand Prix, not Las Vegas NASCAR?
Yeah.
That's surprising. They're trying to turn themselves into Monaco, aren't they?
Yeah, and they'll also host Super Bowl 57. No, I'm sorry, 58. Super Bowl 58 on January 11th at Allegiant Stadium.
So we have 1% chance that the Raiders actually showing up to that. Ba-dum-psh.
No, they'll show up. They'll be watching Super Bowl from home on TV.
Or in the stands.
Let's see. The 67th story Fontainebleau, Las Vegas will open in December with 3,700 rooms and a ton of buzzy restaurants, including Casa Dragona's tasty room and Chinese Noodle Den from Restaurateur behind Wagamama and Hakkasan.
Yeah. You can also go through and re-envision multiple movies, such as the following: Con Air, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 13, or any of the wonderful heist movies that you love, or any of the rest. Because yes, way too many things took place supposedly in Vegas. In fact, they probably have the Con Air airplane stashed somewhere.
They do.
I was making
At the Harry Reid Museum Terminal.
Yeah.
Which isn't the actual terminal. They just named it Terminal. And they have that plane and a few others.
There is just one place you should not go to when you go to Vegas. Do not go north up to a certain area of Nevada.
Yeah, a certain area associated with the numbers 50 and 1.
Yeah.
But of course, there's not really too much of a threat of that, considering you have to pass Nellis Air Force Base first.
Have you forgotten when everybody went on full shenanigans with that?
Have you forgotten when the media told everyone not to go?
Yeah, and everybody still went and almost got shot by the Air Force.
Well, yeah.
And that's when they realized how terrifying the Air Force was outside of planes.
So, next.
Onward. The mouse decides to... No! No! Really?
Kentucky Derby will celebrate its 150th anniversary on May 4th.
Oh yes, let's go watch Living Dead horses. That if they lose, they die. Don't worry, you can hear the sweet sound of a shotgun blast if the horse loses or breaks its leg.
You know, I would go on about all this, but it's all about the Derby. There's nothing but the Derby.
Well, yeah, that's the only reason Louisville, Kentucky really exists.
And the fabulous Churchill Downs paddock.
Well, yeah. Which, here's my question about the entire derby that happens in Louisville, Kentucky. Doesn't it smell like horse crap the entire time? It's kind of like, don't places in Texas, if it's called the cow pens, don't they smell of cow manure?
Yeah, they do.
I mean, why does everybody leave that stuff out?
Because they want to be classy. And elegant
What
and
is
sophisticated.
classy of crapping horses and cows? Seriously.
The legacy of Churchill Downs is very, very upscale and snooty.
Yes, and the horses will just crap anywhere.
Which is expected, they're horses. But we have peasants to clean that up.
Yes, and then we have the short little people to ride them. Because yes, boys and girls, the jockeys are as short as you think they are. The shorter, the better.
Oh, and last thing, Kentucky's Queer Bourbon Week, a statewide celebration that will have events in Louisville and beyond, celebrating bourbon founded by gay individuals.
Okay, I'm gonna say something, and I apologize if it comes off as certainly. Everybody becomes gay when drinking whiskey. It just depends on how much.
Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey, made famous in Kentucky. Okay, next. Montreal. Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
What's up, eh?
Where they speak Quebecois. As close as you can get to Europe without the transatlantic flights, this island city of nearly 2 million is newly relevant in the year ahead, thanks to a forward-thinking infrastructure that's made it one of the greenest and most visitor-friendly spots in North America.
And just remember the important part about Canada. If you have gotten to Minnesota or northern Iowa or anywhere around there, you already kind of understand the language. So I would recommend that as a precursor. Go to Minneapolis, St. Paul for about a week or so before your trip to Montreal and just talk to people.
I guarantee you'll be lost for up to 4 days.
Yeah. But at least you'll get some semblance, because with Montreal, it's going to add an extra little twist of British and French accents. So have fun.
The Russell Express Metropolitan, or REM, is a new automated light rail system that Canada's Globe and Mail, yes, Globe and Mail is their, calls Montreal's biggest public transit project in more than half a century. With a growing number of stations coming online in the years ahead, all of them are or will be universally accessible. The Grand Quay, the city center pier, that many cruise ships use, has a new attraction in the form of the Port of Montreal Tower. The blocky observation spire that echoes the look of the famed Habitat 67 nearby. Meanwhile, the city's bike sharing program, Bixi, B-I-X-I, Bixi, which launched back in 2009, is still going strong and now offers an all-you-can-bikes monthly pass for just $14.
Question, though. Do you ride fat tire bikes in winter?
No.
So there's no bikes in winter.
There's bikes, but there's just one type of bike.
Well, they are hardy people.
The city's 560 miles of bike lanes up too. The recently renovated Vogue Hotel Montreal downtown, Curio Collection by Hilton, and the new in 2023 Honey Rose Hotel Montreal, a tribute portfolio hotel, won the 4-year-old Four Seasons in adding a touch of luxury that had perhaps been missing in the heart of the city. There is also plenty of Airbnbs.
Oh yes, Airbnb, the only way to get yourself screwed over with a cleaning fee. Airbnb, we screw you over with a cleaning fee. Next one.
That's one.
Paris! I am so gay.
Let's see. Paris, the City of Lights.
Okay, how many places have claimed the City of Lights already? We have Vegas, we have Paris,
Istanbul.
Yeah. It's like, guys, you can claim more stuff. How about you just claim as Paris the land of snooty smoking Frenchmen?
When Paris hosts 329 district sporting events next summer, the whole city will be on display. The first ever Olympic Games breakdancing competition will be at Place de la Concorde.
I'm sorry, what?
First ever breakdancing competition for Olympic Games.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you all heard that, heard that the Olympics will have breakdancing.
The Olympic Summer Games 2024 will have breakdancing.
So, every single kid who found themselves very good at Dance Dance Revolution, you might want to see by getting a breakdancing team together.
And applying to the IOC. I think it's too late for this year or for 2024, but you can always check in 2027.
And those of us who are watching will just sit there in open mouth as the shenanigans happen.
Beach volleyball courts will skirt the Eiffel Tower. Yes, beach volleyball in full bikinis are now part of the Olympic Summer Games.
So how many dirty Frenchmen are they going to have to keep?
Oh look, I am watching the sexy ladies with the high French cuts. I apologize if this is offending anybody. Please let us know. Yes, my cigarette.
See, you make that as a joke, but in reality, Paris is swamped in cigarette butts.
Yeah, it has cigarette butts, and also, we all know that Pepe Le Pew got canceled, but there was a reason why they made Pepe Le Pew. There are way too many Frenchmen like him.
Let's see. The Parade of Nations, the opening ceremony, will sail down the Seine River. The host city of the 2024 Summer Olympic Games and Paralympic Games will welcome visitors with a flurry of new hotels and restaurants.
Well, the question is how much of that is going to be abandoned after they're done?
All of the Olympic Village.
So the IOC is now going to wreck another city. They've come for other cities. No, they will wreck Paris.
Let's see. I don't want to butcher French, so we'll move on to the next one.
Thought you knew French.
Some French. Okay,
Oh, look.
Moms on the Water, coastal Alaska.
Yay, coastal Alaska. It goes green, white, brown.
Cruising is back in a big way, and Alaska's Inside Passage is leading the charge. In 2023, the seat saw ships including Regent Seven Seas Explorer and Carnival's Luminosa. For the first time, while World Caribbean recently sent Brilliance of the Seas north for the first time in years. The new Klawak port, yes, Klawak, on Prince of Wales Island, is poised to welcome large ships in the 2024 season, with food and retail outposts exhibiting details and detailing indigenous culture and history and nature trails.
Come here, boys and girls. See the Alaskan wilderness. Come to hunt the big game. Or watch it and get mauled by it because you want to pet the grizzly bear.
Let's see. 2 megaships simultaneously will begin in the 2024 season. Yeah, this is all cruising.
Yeah, because that's all there is. There's literally 4 things to do in Alaska. They are the following, in order. Cruising, hunting, sex, and of course whatever the hell else there is.
That's it.
Now, for those who are in Alaska, you may tell us that we're wrong, but whatever. Moving right along.
You know what? You guys get no room to talk. You gave us Sarah Palin.
I can see my house from here.
I can see right here from my house.
Speaking of other places,
Coastal Norway. Well known for its cutting-edge design and architectural marvels like the Oslo Opera House, Norway has slightly doubled down on building big. Over the last 2 years, we've seen a surge in new attractions, confirmed Katrine Musfield, the Chief Marketing Officer for Visit Norway.
Well, with the amount of waterfront they have, can you expect anything else?
No. Let's see. New luxury hotel Somero is a study in adaptive reuse along the seaside. It's located inside a landmark building from 1930, originally designed by famed Norwegian architects Andreas Birke and George Eliasson.
Just have them read the article that we're going to post, because otherwise you're probably going to butcher the Norwegian names.
Yeah. Inside a floating sculpture known as a Sambanai. This is a restaurant.
Yeah, I can believe it. It's probably connected by some pipes, because they, if it's a floating restaurant, they have to do something with all the food, unless they just toss it outside and let the fish eat it.
Oh, yes. Next,
On to our next one.
Douro River, Portugal.
Oh, it looks so quaint. It looks like a wonderful little tiny town.
You have to see the Douro River, said Sherry M. Mitchell, a TNA A-list advisor based in the country, and the president of Immersa Global. Let's see. The preferred way to do it is on a charter yacht.
Oh, you mean like the one down at the far corner that looks ridiculous?
Here, yes. This it looks like a cruise ship, but in reality, it's a yacht. It has maybe 50 people on board. Well, yeah, this is the town itself, and this is the ship.
Literally, every single time a ship shows up, every time a ship docks to receive passengers, the whole town loses half its population. When it releases, it gains double its population.
Oh, yeah. Nobody talked about wine tourism in Portugal. These days, it's you have to see this, that, and the other thing in Portugal. In this case, it's your river. Let's see.
You seem slightly uninterested and unimpressed.
I am. This is very unimpressive.
The Faroe Islands, wherever they may be.
The Faroe Islands are northwest of Norway.
Well, yeah, everything has to be that colorful, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see it during the winter.
I mean, they are technically owned by Denmark.
And I assume it's a fishing village.
The home of metal.
Really?
You ever been here?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, everything's so colorful because that's how they got their darkness.
The remote, starkly beautiful archipelago in the North Atlantic just got way more accessible. Summer 2023 saw Atlantic Airways launched non-stop from New York Stewart International, 70 miles north of New York City, to Vegard Airport in the islands. You can learn how to do traditional knitting, cold water surfing, and hiking to places such as... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
Okay, but what about the metal? Do they have concerts there?
Yes. Featuring Native Tear and several other bands I can't pronounce.
So, they're all, you said, Dane bands? Because it's owned by Denmark?
They consider themselves Faroese, but yeah.
Anywho, on to the next one. Boop.
This is the last one on the list, I believe.
Kimberley, Australia,
yes.
where everything tries to kill you.
A destination in northwest Australia, also called the Kimberleys, is home to ancient wonders, dinosaur tracks, striated geological formations, some 350 million years old, known as bungle bungles.
Bungle bungles?
Uh-huh. Waterfalls and reefs that seem unmoored from time and aboriginal history from what some call the world's oldest continuous culture. Combine all this history with modern-day adventures such as sightseeing by helicopter, paddling, zodiac tours, and scuba diving, and cultural excursions.
And again, make sure nothing kills you, because apparently The creatures are big in the Kimberleys, from what I've heard.
Oh, yeah, we're talking spiders about that big.
Spiders the size of dinner plates. The only way you could go there and survive is if you're a Hemsworth brother.
On Chris Hemsworth, his own boiled chicken diet.
Are we sure it was boiled chicken? It was probably something you found out in the Kimberleys.
No, he used to hike out here,
I know, that's my point.
but he had boiled chicken back home.
Anywho, so everything there will kill you, and on that note, we have two
What?
left. Two left.
Two left, okay. So this is the Mississippi River, and if you ask me, this is best worth missing.
So, let me just see if I have this correctly. Judging from the picture, which is a little bit cut out for you guys watching, we have a Mississippi Riverboat, and they're in St. Louis.
We're off the coast of St. Louis.
Yeah.
There's the St. Louis Arch, downtown St. Louis, or St. Louis, Viking River Cruises.
Yep. Didn't mean to tap that. Sorry. Boop.
These ships are bringing fresh interest to one of America's most storied waterways, and now is the time to consider river cruising closer to home. The Mississippi River is an important part of American history.
Yeah. Wanted to grab that. Sorry, you guys was doing some technical difficulties with moving some stuff around so you can see the arch, so I didn't mean to grab that. My B.
I blame him.
Yeah.
In Memphis, the newly completed riverfront Tom Lee Park has installation by artist Theaster Gates. Yes, Theaster Gates. And Pavilion, named for retired Nichols, the expensive waterfront attraction, a collaborative effort from Studio Gang, Scape Studio, and numerous other architectural and design firms. This is just south of Beale Street and is connected to the city by the River Line, a walking and cycling path.
Oh yes, so many things to do on the Mississippi River. Just don't fall in because that thing is fast moving and it is big.
You wouldn't be the first one to die in there. And of course, there's always New Orleans close by.
But yeah, speaking of things on the Mississippi River, I assume.
No, this is the Queen Anne, the cruise ship.
Oh,
Transatlantic crossing.
then this is the sister of the Queen Elizabeth?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Cunard Ocean Liner.
Mm.
Queen Anne departs Southampton, England. Expectations will be sky high for the first new Cunard ship to launch since the Queen Elizabeth in 2010. 1,498 cabin vessel is slated to sail to Lisbon and will then spend its first summer in the Med.
Does that mean if somebody sinks this thing, it'll be called the Queen Anne's Revenge?
And you're done.
Well, we are in the last one, so what do you expect?
The familiar traditions of cruise ships remain, including proper high tea service, and naturally an outpost of the Golden Lion pub pouring Cunard's own microbrews. This is one of Queen Anne's staterooms. For courtesy of the Cunard line. You might remember the Cunard as being the successor to the Titanic White Star line.
Oh, at least they didn't have anything else sink for a while.
And I believe that is all we have for you at the moment. That tops the list.
Survey says yes. So
we will have more for you next week, and I heartily encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I am roughly, 45 subscribers away now from opening my contest, whereupon one lucky traveler will win a trip with me aboard a 5-star airline.
yes. So seriously, guys, join. That's why she's big. I made you big on the screen.
Aw. But yes, I put out new vlogs regularly now every Saturday, and video vlogs every Sunday.
And seriously, if people want us to cover certain subjects, we need your likes, comments, subscribes to tell us what is mentioned. We might even, if enough of you are interested, start putting up on her Patreon some polls. Suggestions, please. We keep this running for
Suggestions, comments, concerns, anything is welcome. I mean, you can even go down and tell me, well, no, you can't tell me to go fuck myself. But, I mean, I turned that off. But, any constructive comments, concerns, critiques are
The
welcome.
fact that she looks pretty is not a constructive one. We know this.
I've been told by 1,000 viewers now, mostly random creepers,
Random bros.
that I am gorgeous, pretty, sexy, whatever. I know. Thank you. Let's move on.
Hey, if you're gonna call her pretty, you can at least contribute to the channel. That's our new request. If you're going to say she looks pretty, give freely.
Here we go.
Become a follower. Become a subscriber. Don't just say something and go scuttle,
Also,
scuttle, scuttle.
Any funds for my channel will go to upgrading the channel to make us actually impressive.
Yeah. So for those of you who say, why don't you have animations? Why don't you have more videos?
Why don't
Again-
you have transitions like real YouTubers? We all start somewhere, and right now we're in the baby infancy stage.
Which is why we do not have as much of a pretty studio as you would expect, and why we're kind of throwing it together.
I have been interviewed twice by business magazines, but right now, I mean, those are up on my blog, on my official site, which is linked on my channel. You can click that and see anytime, and I've given a more in-depth view of those in the past, and I think next week I'll do a Q&A at this point, but right now, that's where we are.
I mean, if you guys want Q&As, we'll try and do it. We might try and do a Facebook Q&A. Because while Facebook Live hasn't been as nice with certain pictures and stuff, we'll see if Facebook Q&A and also having it on YouTube will do that stuff. Who knows?
Stranger things have happened. But for now, I will bid you all adieu. See you in the air, and I love you all.